So first we want to talk about the switch kit. This is what comes standard with every LGM 100. All the connectors that we use are automotive grade sealed connectors, and this provides the control for your unit at the end of the day. We're going to go just in piece by piece through here. Up here we have our leads. These are what connect to your battery. The ring terminal is the same size as the stud on your battery post. Red for positive, black negative. Power comes from the battery down into first a little interrupting device for if you overload the current, and followed up by a relay. This relay has a signal it sources from the tractor. This connects to an OEM connector on the tractor, where it turns on or off based on whether or not the key is in the on position on your tractor. So when your key's off, everything's off and the unit is safe. You don't have to worry about kids or anybody playing on it and getting hurt. Power comes out of our relay over into our just kind of switch control here. Split it between these two switches. These are both from Concentric, what they recommend to use with their actuators. They're reversing direction, so push one direction, it'll extend the actuator, pull the other way, it'll retract the actuator. One of these controls lifting and lowering the bucket. The other one controls the tilt and the dump. Coming out of those, we have our connectors. These are what then hook up to the harnesses that are included with the kit that run down the sides of your tractor, up the arms, and to the actuators. We also include a spare connector. That's for future use. Third function, we have a grapple. We have some stuff in the works. And now we'll hook it up and give you guys just a quick little demo of seeing how it really connects. We're on our little test bench here, but these are simulating our battery terminal posts. Really, it's just hooking up our positive and our negative. This is the OEM connector here for simulate your key switch. And then we have our leads here that run out to the actuators. That's it. Just connect the battery terminals, the OEM connector, these leads down to your actuators. Go ahead and turn on your tractor, which we're familiar with this switch here. And you can see that we can move. You can see that we can move the actuators. This is how we test every kit before we ship it out, just to make sure it's working. Go ahead and turn this off. And that's we'll walk through the switch kit. We'll move on to the joystick. All right, well, that was a demonstration of the switches, and now we're going to move on and talk about the joystick kit and what comes with that. So these right here are all the important electrical components that come with the joystick kit. There's a little bit more to it. The mounting brackets and hardware we're not showing right now. This is just electrically how this works. Our control box here houses our 3 motor controllers, and these are what handle distributing the power to each actuator to get that variable speed, that smooth control. Then we have obviously our joystick over here, and lastly our power distribution unit. It's a little bit more intense. I know we have our test box here that we know functions. Instead of the one relay that we use on the switch kit, we have 2 different independently interrupting relays, and that splits into 260 amp fuse circuits. We find that people, when they use the joystick kit, tend to actually draw a bit more current because it's a lot easier to lift and curl or tilt and dump at the same time. So that got upgraded a little bit to have more power handling capacity. There is a relay here that's just used as part of the control scheme. We still have our OEM connector right here. This is what provides that signal that the tractor key is in the on position. So when the key is off, you know it's all disconnected, it's all off, it's not draining your battery, it's safe, nobody can play with it. We also have a secondary backup, which we will demonstrate when it's all connected, but that's what these red and green buttons are for. If anything ever starts to happen, you can push a red button, turn it off while on the tractor, and that will also, loud, that will also kill power to the kit and put it in a safe state. All right, let's get into how it all connects together. Move these out of the way. When you go to install the kit, you start off, this is our power distribution unit, and these are our battery leads here. These are also now 10 gauge wires just to handle, again, that additional load there. And just like with the switches kit, you're just going to run black to battery negative, red to battery positive. That's your battery connection. Afterwards, this is our OEM harness connector here. Just like with the switch kit, this gives us that signal. Now, we do use, again, always, weather sealed automotive grade connectors. The 3 coming off of this kit right here are what provide the 2 independent circuits to the control box here. And this is provides some signals needed for control capability. So we need to match these up. Female over here to male here. Just you have to line them up, clicking in. The reverse, male on the power distribution unit to female on the control box. Line those up until they snap in. And our little 3-pin connector here. Now our control box and our power distribution unit are connected. Last part of the kit here is our joystick, which we need to connect. Typically you would use these extension cables to run down underneath the tractor to the cup holder. However, for demonstration purposes today, we're going to show how this is connected. Find the 4-pin connector on the power distribution unit, and just that's what runs to the 4-pin connector on the joystick. And then we have a 6-pin similar connector on the control box. That runs over to the joystick here. There is, again, a spare connector over here. Just like with the switch kit, this is for a future third function. And the reason there's so many more wires is because this actually cleverly uses the 2 buttons on top of your joystick in order to actuate that third function. And we'll demonstrate that at a later time. Very last step, just like with the switch kit, is going to be find same type of connectors to run over and down to the actuators. Just, again, male to female. Now we're all connected. Demonstration here. Go ahead and turn on. Again, I want to demonstrate no power. This is our key switch simulator, so we're going to turn on the key. And now we should have the ability to turn that on. Push this button in, stays in. Red light comes on, still nothing. This momentary click, green light. Now you're all energized. That green light gives you a visual confirmation that everything is good to go. If we go ahead and pull back, we can now control the actuators, which we'll demonstrate real quick. Left and right. Now there's our tilt and thump function. And the other thing while we're over there, very easy to, a little noisy, very easy to control all 3 at the same time, simply by just going down to the side. And the controls get pretty intuitive after you use them for a little bit. Again, pushing the red button, you can see it kills both lights. No more control, no more function there. Similarly, if you ever really ran into trouble and you turn the tractor key off, you can see it kills power as well. No more control, no more functionality. And that is the behind the scenes of the difference between the joystick kit and the switch kit. thanks for taking the time with us today.